Hey, people of Zelda Universe! So, the DSi XL finally came today after waiting forever for it to ship. So I've had a little bit of time to look at it, not that much, but I figured I'd let you get a good first look at it too, since I've had a little bit of time to spend with it. So this isn't going to be some full-blown anything, but just a quick look at the DSi XL. So I've got it right here, and it's humongous. This is the console. So this is my hand, and here is my trusty old DS Lite. It's very difficult to get a sense of scale for how huge this thing is by looking at it in pictures, because I can just hold them to the camera and they both get bigger. But it's really big. Bigger than you would think, because when you see the screens, they're gigantic. So here, I will open this thing up so you can see, like, just how big those screens are. Here's the here's the DS Lite's screens. So it doesn't look that big of a difference on camera, but it really is when you're actually playing. So let's turn this thing on and take it for a quick spin. So it comes with two styli. It comes with this little one that slides in and out just like the DS Lite, and it comes with this external one, this big fat thing. I like the big fat one because it's nice to hold, so I'm going to use that. This is a Japanese DSi-ll, so I'm going to be navigating Japanese menus real quick, at least for a little bit. I'm getting a little closer so I can show this all to you. So I don't know if you can see, but the pixels are pretty big. It's quite noticeable when you're playing games that it's different. So this is the menu. It's just like the DSi ordinarily is. This is actually my first time ever using a DSi, so I've got my trusty copy of Spirit Tracks in there, all in Japanese, so I can't use the store, even though I'd like to. What I really just want to focus on is the size of the screen, because if you want to know what a DSi is like, and yes, that is me, taking a lovely picture of myself. Anyways, so I'm just going to focus on how big the screens are right now for just a sec, based on the 10 or so minutes I've had to play with this thing so far. These pixels are humongous. Resolution isn't any different from the DS Lite or the DSi. So if you're looking for sharper pictures, you're actually getting the opposite of that. However, I can attest that this is really a fun, touchable screen. I really like drawing on it. It's really a joy to draw on, much better than the DS Lite, or probably the DSi, had I ever used one. So I'm just going to open up Spirit Tracks and maybe we can have a look at just how uncrisp the picture is. These are really great screens, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like look at that. It's like a window into the game. You don't realize it until you're holding it, but like the big screens really make a big difference. So if you just zoom in, you can really see how pixelated it looks. Just because these are really big pixels. I can't stress that enough. They're huge, like Xbox huge. These pixels, so don't take that into consideration, or better yet, get a good look at one yourself in your hands before you decide to get this thing, because for some, you might be concerned with the blockiness of this display because it's such a low PPI. But if you don't notice that, you get giant screens, which I think, personally, the giant screens make it worth the low PPI. Here are some of the starting sprites, and I'm just gonna close. Now, size-wise, again, it's about the same thickness as the DS Lite, but it feels thinner when you're playing it just because the build quality is a bit better. It's a bit heftier because of the big screens add weight. Like the DSi, it's got a matte bottom, but it has a glossy top. So you've kind of got a combination of DS Lite and DSi design here. I love the glossy stuff, however it's really prone to fingerprints. So if you're really concerned about fingerprints, get a microfiber cloth. That's all I can say, because you're not going to get around it really with this, because this is probably the most smudgiest, like fingerprintiest shiny surface I've ever seen, even more than the DS Lite, which this one's covered in fingerprints. Yeah, fingerprints galore. And I've managed to avoid touching the top of this because I don't want to get fingerprints all over the nice camera. Camera is cool, but again, there's nothing substantially different from the DSi in terms of software with this. It runs 1.4. They haven't released 1.5 yet. So that's really all there is for now. What I really want to do is just have some more playtime with this. Get in, see what it's like to play games on this for, a couple hours or whatnot, and tell you how big of a difference the screens really make. Because it's quite a substantial price jump from this to the smaller one. So you might be better off buying the smaller one if the screens end up being like, maybe I don't want to play on this. So I'll get back with that. And so that was the first look at the DSi XL. So I'll be back later. Take care.